What's up, everybody? It's Wolfie here, and I hate when I do this, but I forgot to unmute my mic once again for doing this, so this will be a post-commentary, as there is no way I can come back to this point and people are messaging me on Steam. But it's okay. I can actually respond without interrupting the video, and as you see, we're about to start the Black Omen, which is more or less the last quest of the of this game, and this is the start. You kind of jump down this hangar. That little blue glowy thing will just take you back on the epoch, and I mean, it's like upon entrance we'll encounter these 6 little buggers that more or less can get one-shotted. And man, I hate the fact that I did this, because this is you're gonna see pretty much more or less the rest of this LP as post-commentary, because I recorded about it was a little over an hour's worth of footage. So I'm an idiot. I tend to turn my mic off when I'm I don't know, when I'm doing other things. I don't know why, I just kind of do that instinctually. But once you take out those 6 little turrets, you get this nice little cutscene with Zeal. And if you come in this area, actually, in 2300 AD, you'll encounter this exact same cutscene, except for she just makes fun of you because you're about 300 years late, as at 2300 AD all the shit went down. So yeah. And so it does mean, and this Black Omen ships here in 3 of the different time eras: the 1600 BC, or 16,000 BC, 600 AD, and 1000 AD. And so you can come here at any of those times. I just chose what am I, 600, because I had finished Marvel's Quest, and this is where I left off. But you can come in here, and the thing is, you just can't fight. You can't do any of the boss fights more than once, and you can't open any of the chests more than once. But the only benefit of doing that is there is a particular enemy that you can steal speed tabs from if you really want to max out your speed on all your entire party members. Which, I guess, if you're into that, I mean, I'm using these 3 party members, and they will have max speed by the end of, by the time we get to Zeal. And this guy's not very important. There's no reason to focus on this guy. All you do is just hit him. That's really it. He doesn't really do much, and his lower body doesn't do anything at all. So yeah, that's more or less the Mega Mutant. Hardly Mega, but the enemies in this area are pretty interesting. The fact that they actually have useful items you can charm. Like, a lot of them have the 2nd best armor in the game, actually, you can charm. I already mentioned one, you can charm speed tabs, which is your most important tab to get, because speed's not only one of your most important stats, but +1 speed is much more beneficial than +1 magic or +1 power. So it's a nice little effect that you can get from using those speed tabs. And then another enemy will you can charm golden earrings if you need that. All my characters are getting really close to max HP, so after you have 666 HP, your gold tab your gold earring slowly becomes less and less beneficial, as you don't get the full 50% HP bonus that you get with it. But there's also enemies that give you golden studs, which, if you recall, are MP reduction of 75% on all your spells, which is very nice. And you can, up to this point, you're really only given 1, and once you get to the Black Omen, though, and you start going through it, you can get virtually infinite, because the enemies that you can charm gold studs off of respawn. So yeah, you can get as many of those as you want. A lot of the enemies also have, like, if they don't have any really good equipment, they'll have hyper ethers or mega elixirs, which are very important items to have. Mega elixirs are the best consumable in the game. Fills whole parties, HP and MP. It only takes 1 person to use it. Very nice. Up to this point, you probably only have just a handful of them, maybe 3 or 4. But by the end of this, without even really charming them out, you'll probably have another 5 or 6 more, and you will need them for the boss fights, because they do get very annoying. As this isn't necessarily my favorite part of this game. It's just, I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of the Black Omen. I like just about everything else in this game, though. 'Cause, I mean, even with the greatest game you'll play, you'll find parts of it that you don't particularly enjoy or like, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, I still love everything else about this game, and I don't really hate this part per se. It's not my favorite part, but it is necessary to do if you want to complete the whole game and unlock a New Game Plus. As in order to do that, you have to, for the Super Nintendo one, you have to get Magus. All the other ones, I don't think Magus is required. In fact, I think all the ones but the Super Nintendo version, you just have to kill Lavos at some point, which you can really do at almost any point in the game once you unlock the end of the world, or end of time. But in the Super Nintendo one, you have to do it. You have to get Magus in your party, you have to revive Crown, and you have to do every single side quest in the entire game. And you have to defeat Lavos through this area, which is kind of a side quest, if you want to call it that, because I mean, it's a side quest that makes you beat the game, so I don't know if I would really consider it a side quest at that point. I would just consider it more of a optional way to beat the game, because you don't have to do the Black Omen, but if you do the Black Omen, you're forced to beat the game at that point. And here's a nice little save point if you need it. I believe I really needed one. I think my MP was really low on all my characters. And it's one of, I want to say there's 2 other save points in this area, maybe 3. There aren't too many, and these are the guys that you really wanna find. As these guys are the panels, and they give you speed tabs. But once you beat these guys, you can't fight those particular ones ever again. As I don't know, because I guess speed tab's best item in the game. They don't want you to farm them too much, so they don't only give you so many times you can fight these guys. As I believe I actually forget to charm, excuse me, or I believe I forget to charm one of them, or I didn't realize that one of my charms didn't hit. But yeah, being stupid as always, I cannot believe I went through like an hour or so of this without realizing that my mic was off. It's somewhat embarrassing, but it's not the first time I've done that either. Yeah, but one thing that is nice is that I already know how everything unfolds, everything works out in my favor. And not only that, I can also give a little formal ending for each part instead of like just having an abrupt ending and cutting to the next part and trying to remember what I last said. And here I'm just kind of had to pause for a second because I was kind of dumbfounded I only had one panel, or one speed tab that I got off those panels. I do make quick work and make sure I do get the speed tabs off this, because like I said earlier, by the end of this, your party, regardless of who they're made up of, should have their speed maxed out by the time you get to Zeal. Like pretty much regardless of what the team setup is. I mean, you're gonna want Alia in your group just because she charms, and the bosses also have really good charmed items. So you do want Alia in your group for pretty much this whole place, regardless of whether you regularly use her or not. That's highly recommended, just because she has a lot that she is very useful. It's just annoying that she doesn't have any elemental attacks, because there are times where you do need to cast elemental attacks, and it is annoying that she can't do elements. Though she does have Tailspin, which is considered nothing at all. It's not physical, elemental. I guess it'd be non-elemental at that point, but yeah. Kind of the way it works. What was I gonna say? And I forgot to mention that one of the goons that I fought earlier. We don't fight many more of those guys. I think it's actually towards the very end you encounter another set of those guys. But they give you Nova armor, which is the second best male armor in the game, next to the moon armor, which is actually what I believe the moon armor comes from. It powers up from the Nova armor that we got from one of those sealed chests. And I mean, I didn't bother getting any just because my party only consists of one male, and excuse me, and he already has moon armor, which is the best male armor in the game. Which kind of the way it works out. And these guys are annoying in the sense that they're really pointless. They as long as you kill the boss orb, they don't really do anything, and it's sort of annoying. And these guys don't do anything, and eventually they'll disappear because they have really high evasion and all that jazz. And I don't know. I'm still frustrated with myself that I managed to go through a whole LP without realizing that my mic's off. Hopefully I don't keep reiterating that point, that I think I'm stupid for that, but it's the way things work out when you're as dumb as me. But yeah, sorry for this coming up. This video came up pretty late. I've been sort of busy with school, life, friends, all that jazz. All that stuff that keeps us busy from playing video games. And what else? What have I done? I've really just had a lot of homework, more than I usually do. So, because I mean, even with like friends, I'm usually able to get this stuff done at night, or toward later, and then later in the night, very late in the night, in fact. But just with homework, I've just been very, very, very busy. Try to get around to doing this, but finally did. It was a combination of that and just kind of, this isn't my favorite part, so I guess maybe I was subconsciously prolonging this, just because, yeah, I wasn't looking forward to doing this part. But the deed has been done, and now I have to do post commentary. I think we fight 1 or 2 more sets of these little Orby guys. I don't know, they're not very exciting. I think they give you lots of TP, is the way they work, if you can manage to actually kill them. But all my characters have maxed out their TP, more or less. They have their final abilities, so TP is really not that important. So I mean, I guess I could have, if I was smart, I probably should have sped this stuff up, but oh well. Sorry about that, a little interruption, but I hope I'll be able to sync that in time, because I mean, usually I usually don't have to do this post-commentary stuff, so I'm not used to. It's been a while since I've had to mess around with Audacity, and hopefully it doesn't crash on me, because that's the reason why I got fraps. Was the fact that every time I tried to do these LPs, either the game would crash, fraps would screw up and record with no sound, or Audacity would crash and I'd lose all my commentary. But now I just have to worry about me forgetting to unmute my mic. At least I plugged it in. I mean, that'd be probably the worst thing I could do right now, was just forget to plug in my mic. 'Cause, I would not be surprised. I'll eventually do that. Though I'm pretty good about leaving it plugged in. I'm never gonna let myself down with this. 'Cause I mean, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of uncommentary progress in this game. I don't know what the word to use to describe this. These guys are little buggers. I want to say that they give you hyper ethers for charming them. So if you are, I don't know, in need of that, honestly, you shouldn't be. If you have a very good amount of money, you'll be fine. Because the way this game works out is when you start New Game Plus, your money doesn't carry over. So I highly recommend just, once we get to the end, there's a vendor, so don't worry about all that jazz. Just blow off all of your money on hyper ethers or whatever you respectively want. But these little red guys are the guys you want. They're really annoying, but at the same time they're really important. They give you your gold studs that you also want. At least I imagine you would want. I want gold studs. They definitely make your party a lot stronger because you can cast a lot more. And I don't know if you can catch this. Read what it says at the top. I don't know what that was supposed to say. It's supposed to say gold stud, but wolf load something mishmashed together popped up instead. I don't know. It's really bizarre. I don't get this game sometimes. I can't believe that actually happened, but I don't know, sometimes I'm pretty good at accidentally breaking games. And I was actually kind of mad, because it's like, I actually want 2 gold studs. I don't want a wolf load blade or whatever. I want 2 gold studs. So I was actually kind of worried that I'd only get 1 gold stud out of this, just because all that, I don't know what that jumble of text was that popped up. But yeah, hopefully that, but cross your fingers, and let's just hope that we get our gold studs, which I do check and find out. Yeah, they end up being gold studs. I don't know. I really want to go back and read what the heck that thing said. It was like 3 or 4 words kind of overlaid each other. But with that being done, move on to part 2.